probably seen the last video I made on WikiHow articles.
Yeah.
WikiHow is like the weirdest place on the internet to learn how to do anything. That should be their slogan. The weirdest place on the internet to learn how to do literally
absolutely anything.
Anything. Things that you would need to know in a pinch, things that you would need to know once in a lifetime, things that you would never need to know ever.
Everything is captured in one site. I literally don't understand why any of these are articles. Like, completely just baffles me.
Okay, this one I really like because I just like the thought of somebody doing this. This one is called How to Pretend to Have Ice Powers. After watching Frozen, many people want to be like Elsa and have her ice powers.
Of course.
Fortunately, you can actually have those powers, even if you weren't born with them. So this is a bold promise, right?
This is a bold promise.
It's not just saying, fortunately, you can pretend to have those powers. It's saying, fortunately, you can actually have ice powers.
You can have them. They're out there, and you can have them.
It just takes a lot of practice, work, and education.
The most important part, education.
Jesus, you need a doctorate for this shit. So this is a real article that's on WikiHow. It has 99,000 views, and it has a 3-star rating, which means for some people this works.
Yeah, for a little over half.
The first step is learn about ice and snow.
The most important basic element of having ice powers.
I would say this is starting a little bit, like, I would like a lot of background information. This is starting a little bit too far back. Everyone already knows what ice and snow is.
We have an understanding of what this is.
Every person who has ice powers has to know about the ice and snow and winter time.
I mean, it is winter anyway.
I learn about how snow is formed, what snow crystals look like, and weather I don't understand how any of this will help you. Like, if you have ice powers, it will work regardless of whether you even know what ice is. Like, you just go like that and someone turns into ice.
And it's just cold.
You don't have to know what it is. You just go like that and they are ice.
Why do you need to know what the snow crystals look like? You're just gonna, like, understand?
So that when you make one, you're like, that is it.
That is what I was going for, actually. Okay.
Read stories about winter magic. When are we gonna get to making ice?
What? This is just a bunch of reading.
Yeah, it wants me to read The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. The Snow Queen in this story has ice powers, and you could learn a lot from her. Like how to do ice powers?
Or maybe just like her hair. Maybe it's all about like the way you dress.
I feel like I'm in piano classes and I want to learn for release and the teacher's just teaching me scales right now. And I'm like, when do I get to do the cool shit? But honestly, this seems like it has nothing to do with what I want to learn.
I think this is just someone that owns a lot of like ice-themed products. Like watch movies and TV shows where people have ice powers.
Wait, this article was written by Disney and Hans Christian Andersen. I'm trying to get more people to buy his book.
People really want these ice powers that I made up.
Yeah, watch movies and TV shows where people have ice powers. Dude, I promise that's not gonna help.
Everyone has done that already.
Ice powers are supernatural powers. Watching a TV show is not, like, watching the Avengers is not going to make you the Hulk.
What if, like, at, 1 hour and 36 minutes, all of a sudden you're like...
You, like, reach for the remote and it freezes?
What's going on?
Holy shit! You watch it 20 times and it finally happens. Like, they were right. I read the book and I watched the movie and now I'm Elsa.
Like, pour out ice.
But then it becomes a curse and everything you start touching becomes ice. And
That's
you're
a
like,
nightmare.
What have I done? They need to make an article on how to stop.
How to get rid of your ice powers.
Yeah.
Getting the look. No.
Add a little bit of white in your hair.
Or if you're old, you can already do it.
Yeah.
You can already have these ice powers.
Yeah, you might have ice. Wait, does that mean that all old people have ice powers?
And we just don't know about it?
If you add a little bit of white to your hair, you'll have ice powers. But if your hair's totally gray, you're a snow wizard.
You are Elsa.
Although bleaching your whole head is a viable option, it's not necessary and could easily go wrong.
Absolutely.
Could easily go wrong.
Easily.
You might turn into an evil ice witch if you bleach your entire head.
Or maybe you turn into something completely different. Like fire. Like a fire witch.
Like as you start to bleach it, like you start freezing things, and then it fully bleaches and you just like turn into a full snowman. You're a snowman.
This is not what I wanted.
Accessorize. I feel like these are all things you would do after you have ice powers.
Yeah.
These are not before things. Like the ice powers comes first and then you can start dressing like the ice queen that you are.
Yeah, like Spider-Man didn't have his suit before he even knew he was can sling webs.
He gets bit by the spider and he's like, this is perfect, I already have the suit. I made this in preparation. You know, they always told me, be prepared.
Absolutely.
I read the article and it said, make a Spider-Man suit.
Accessorize.
Accessorize.
And now I'm ready.
Okay, so this is when it's going to tell us how to actually pretend to have ice powers.
I am excited. First thing you want to do, pretend to be practicing your powers. This person has their hands completely submerged submerged in ice water. This does not seem like pleasant at all.
So just basically get pneumonia is the
Yes.
step. Just maybe hold your hand straight out at the faucet or cup of water or something when you know someone's about to walk in. Pretend to concentrate on what you're freezing. At first, pretend that you don't see the person there. Then say something like, "It won't work," or "Why can't I freeze this?" And then stare at the person in a shocked and slightly alarmed expression. Maybe tell them not to mention this to any living soul, and then quickly walk out of there and into your room before they can ask any questions.
What is going on? That was the most detailed step I think I've ever seen on WikiHow, and it was like so anecdotal. I feel like this person who wrote this is doing this and trying to seek approval.
I know, and it starts off so nonchalant, like they're trying to almost make it seem like they're not suggesting this, or like they don't have it planned out. But then like they start out just maybe hold your hand straight out at the faucet or cup of water or something. Like they're trying to act like they don't know how to do this. But then as it goes more in depth, it gets so specific. Like say things like, "It won't work," or "Why can't this freeze?" And then stare at them shocked, and then go off into your room.
Slightly alarmed expression.
Also, what